Hello everyone, welcome again to Sussex Strong Global. So our favorite Duchess penned a letter to congressional leaders today, and I will read a few paragraphs for you and leave the link so that you can read it in its entirety for yourself. And the letter goes, Dear Leader Schumer and Speaker Pelosi, I'm not an elected official and I'm not a politician. I am, like many, an engaged citizen and a parent. And because you and your congressional colleagues have a role in shaping family outcomes for generations to come, that's why I'm writing to you at this deeply important time as a mom to advocate for paid leave. Over the past 20 months, the pandemic has exposed the long existing fault lines in our communities. At an alarming rate, millions of women dropped out of the workforce, staying home with their kids as schools and daycares were closed, and looking after loved ones full-time. The working mom or parent is facing the conflict of being present or being paid. The sacrifice of either comes at a great cost. For many, this sacrifice goes back further than the past 20 months. It's 20 or 30 years, even longer, decades of giving time, body, and endless energy, not just in the pursuit of the American dream, but simply the dream of stability. Okay, so in Jamaica, I know that there are companies that provide paid leave for their employees. For example, you have the government that gives sick days, a certain amount of sick days, a certain amount of departmental days. I believe 10 departmental days, depending on your contract, 10 sick days, and you have up to 42 days of vacation time. There are companies that also does paternity leave. So a lot of companies are doing that now in Jamaica. I know maternity leave, as once again, depending on how long you have been with the company, you can get up to 3 months paid leave, 3 to 6 months paid leave. Okay, so I know that for sure. So hopefully, as time goes by, many countries will implement paid leave for their employees and not just those who work in the government, as this is a global issue, not just an American issue. So we thank our girl Megan for once again using her platform to shine some light on this. And so we hope that Congress will look into her letter and there would be a favorable reply. I grew up on the $4.99 salad bar at Sizzler. It may have cost less back then. To be honest, I can't remember. But what I do remember was the feeling. So we move on to another section of the letter. I'm writing to you on behalf of millions of American families who are using their voices to say that comprehensive paid leave should not be a place to compromise or negotiate. In fact, most nations have paid leave policies in place. So on behalf of my family, Archie and Lily and Harry, I thank you for considering this letter, and on behalf of all families, I ask you to ensure this consequential moment is not lost. As ever, Megan, the Duchess of Sussex. So this is an awesome letter that Megan wrote to Nancy Pelosi and Charles Schumer, because a lot of persons really don't have that additional help or can ask someone to, look after their kids, and especially in the pandemic when we're trying to exercise social distance. So a lot of moms have to stay home with their kids or do work from home, try to do the work from home thing so that they can work as well as look after their kids. So many parents did not have that option, and so many have lost their jobs because they were unable to perform because they're busy they have to stretch their time to do what they need to do for work to make ends meet, and also to give attention to their kids at home and make sure that they are doing their schoolwork and helping them with their schools. Some persons I know in Jamaica, they are doing online jobs, like freelance jobs, to help pay the bills. A lot of have lost their jobs. A lot have gone into farming, and they've been doing what they can to make it work during this pandemic. So even though I don't live in the US, I appreciate this letter so much. And well, I will look at this letter as a global letter, because it does not just apply to the US, but I think this applies globally. So that's it. An amazing letter from our Duchess of Sussex. She is advocating on behalf of families in America, and I definitely will look at this as a global thing, not just in America. I think that, as I said before, this needs to be looked at globally, because there's a pandemic going on, schools are closed, a lot of parents doesn't have money for childcare, daycare, and then if you're trying to social distance and keep your child safe away from possibly catching the COVID virus, you want to keep them home where you know they're safe. So it's a bit challenging, it's a bit difficult, but we'll see. We'll see, and we appreciate this letter very much. So that's it for now. Remember, let's not just aim to be strong. Let's aim to be Sussex strong. And until next time, goodbye.